go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Flux Raider. Now, most of you probably are already familiar with this gun, well, this chassis system, because the Flux Raider itself is not a firearm. It's just a 3D printed chassis system that you take your fire control unit from your P320, your Sig P320, pop it in, you put your slide, your barrel, your recoil spring, all that on top, and then now you have what effectively is a tiny little PCC, PDW type weapon. Basically, it's a force multiplier, right? Because when you have a pistol, you only have that 2 points of contact, those two hands that are out on the gun, right? And that creates for a less steady shooting platform. When you have 3 points of contact and you can shoulder, grab, you have 3 points of contact now. It's not that the gun itself becomes more accurate, but you are able to be more accurate with it, if that makes any sense. So we're going to talk today about the features of the gun. We're going to talk about pros and cons. We're going to talk about we're going to shoot some drills. Of course, we're going to shoot it. And we're just going to see, is this thing worth it? Okay, so first let's talk about how it works, right? So here you have some manipulations on the chassis and how you operate the firearm that changes from just your standard P320, because you have your slide release right here. Don't want to flag my cameraman even though the weapon is unloaded, but here you have your normal slide release, but this, which is attached to the chassis, hits your slide release. Now your slide release, instead of using your thumb, you use this that's attached to the chassis, and as you can see, not only does it, here I'll go ahead and lock the slide back, not only does it release the slide, but it also extends your stock, or sorry, brace. And so now, since your brace is gosh, I gotta call it what it is, because this is a brace. As you can see, it's meant to go around your arm. Fuck off, ATF. But the only issue with this is if you have it locked back and say you need to do a reload, right? And then you go to put your slide forward, it collapses, since that also controls the brace. But what you can do is just, when you have to do your reload, just take your pressure off. You have to be conscious of that, and just, so slide's locked back, right? Oh, just ran out of ammo, need to reload. Take the pressure off, reload, don't be pushing on it, good to go. That is, I would say, a con, but as for this gun, that's the only thing that I don't like about this thing.
Hey, Eternal, turn it up.
Hey there. So that's how you run a reload. Your safety is right here. So fire and then safe. It's a little close to the rear here, and you know, I mean, there's really nowhere else they could put it, I don't think. So I understand. It's hard to get to when this is collapsed, but extended, then it's not that bad. And yeah, that's pretty much how you run the gun. That's all the controls on it. Pros and cons, right? Cons, I already told you guys about that collapse problem when you hit your slide release. That, you know, you just have to be conscious about when you're doing a reload, take that pressure off. That's the only con with this chassis system, I think. Everything else is an enhancement, and I think that it actually is a very useful tool. So we're going to shoot a 224-22 drill, and we're going to see what it looks like. Ready? Remember, you're my beat. Beep. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 in the A zone. We have 1 C zone, 2, 3 C zone, 1 A zone, and 1, 2, 3, 4 A zone. So it's got what? That's 4 A zone, 4 A zone, 1 A zone, and 3 C zones. So we have 9 A zones and 3 C zones. That's not terrible. Okay, now I'm going to do a 22422 from 75 feet here, and then see what groupings look like. Beep. Okay, let's go look at those groupings. Okay, we got 1, 2 C zones and 2 A zones. We have 1, 2, 3 A zone and 1 C zone. And then we have, oh damn, this is terrible. We have 4 C zone. Okay, should we run it again? Let's run it again. Okay, 22422 drill at 75 feet, attempt number 2. Let's see how I do this time. Beep. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 A zone, 1 A zone, 3, oh wow, 2 C zone, and that one's in D zone. And then 1, 2, 3 A zone, 1 C zone. I'm not happy with that, but I'm not doing another one. Well, I'll work on this and, you know. Now we're going to shoot a bill drill. And we're here at, what, 15 feet? Yeah, looks about. Okay, ready? Beep! Okay, coming up close here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and one of those was from the 22422 drill. So that's all 6 right in the A zone. Okay, we're going to do another bill drill. This time I'm going to go for the head, and hopefully I don't forget my holdover. Okay. Beep. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all in the A zone. Okay, one of the things about this Flux Raider is it would be good for someone with a shield, because you have a laser on here and your brace, you can have your shield and aim around it. So I don't have a shield, so I'm using this target. We're going to go ahead and see, how that works. I got my laser on. It's daylight out, but okay. Where's my laser? All 5 right in the A zone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that works. That's actually that's a really good use. Yeah, shield. Now we got to get a riot shield. Is that in the budget?
No.
Oh. Later video. And the good thing about the laser is it lets you shoot like you live in Section 8 housing. But you'll still hit the target. Okay, and the last drill we're going to shoot is a Mozambique. So 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. Right. Beep. So we got 2 right there, A zone, and 1 line splitter. We'll call it an A zone. There we go. Okay, some final thoughts. I really think that this is worth getting. It is a force multiplier. You're coming in on, if you already have the P320, under $1,000, you can make a nice little PDW PCC that can do anything that, like I said, a Scorpion or an MPX or an MP5 can do. This can do, and it's more compact. It's a nice little bag gun, especially when you have the 21 round mags in the gun. It's a very compact little package. That's 42 rounds plus 1 in the chamber. So you can fit this in a bag. You got 43 rounds on you. It's a lot of firepower in a very tight little package, and I think when you take into consideration the price, the chassis itself is around $460. The FCU for your Sig P320, I've seen those for around $300 or so, and then your slide and your barrel. I mean, if you already have a P320, then the cost to switch from a P320 to the Flux Raider, $460, right? I went ahead and put this Streamlight TLR8AG on it. It's a green laser and a flashlight, so that, like you saw when I tested, like shooting around a riot shield, I have a laser, and so I can aim without having to have the gun in front of my face. Put a laser light combo on there, and then I put the Sig Romeo 5 red dot on here. That's about $150. This was like 350, I think. So altogether, you're getting a very, very good PCC, PDW for around $1,000, and I really think that this is probably one of the best options on the market for creating a little 9mm PCC PDW. It's a good little package, and I definitely think that it's worth it. It is a force multiplier. I would much rather go into a gunfight with this than just a 9mm pistol, than just my, P365X Macro EDC. So, yeah, it would make a good bag gun. It's great. It would be great for CQB. And anything that I would say an MP5 or say like an MPX or a Scorpion, anything that those can do, this can do. And the trigger, because the P320 trigger is actually pretty nice. This is a much nicer trigger than you're going to get MP5 or anything like that. So, yeah, I think if you want a 9mm PDW PCC, then and you already have a P320, definitely do it. Flux is starting to get these out more rapidly. From what I've seen, they're restocking a lot faster than they were before. So you can go to their website and go ahead and pick one up. It ships right to your door because, like I said, it's not a firearm, it's just a chassis. You buy the P320, the internals, everything, the slide, all that separately. And as for that, I think that's the end of this video. Guys, like I said before, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you see when I upload more videos.